Well, hello YouTube. Here we are. And welcome to episode 20 of Maxwell's Minds. Well, I'd like to apologize. Been away for a little bit. It's kind of the way she goes. Sometimes life gets in the way and you're not able to get out and film another episode. Well, I came down with that wonderful sinus chest congestion thing that I always seem to get every year. Still am not over it by far, but at the same time I'm a lot better than what I was even as near as a week ago. Let's hope we can keep on going, keep on rolling, and come through the other end better than what we were going into it. Well, of course, last month flew by really fast. It's hard to believe that, a month ago we were doing the whole New Year's thing. And then all of a sudden it was like, the last week of the month, and it was like, I need to film an episode, and then all of a sudden, wham, it was gone. Before you knew what was going on, it was, over and done with. Well, of course, we got our hard drive back from the data recovery. That's the hard drive that was in the computer that crashed in 2015. The spring of 2015, I should say. Right around about this time of year. I lost fire pit videos. I lost basement project videos. I lost weeks worth of logs and documents, paperwork, all that stuff. And it was an expensive data recovery. However, I was able to recover, I am pretty sure, 99% or so of the things I lost. So that's pretty sweet there. Like I said, it cost me money. I got sort of what I paid for. I inquired whatever it was, year and a half ago after it happened, about getting it done then, and I was told it was $500 and some dollars. And then when I inquired here that last fall there, I was told the price of course went up a little bit. Then after I got the hard drive back, I was slapped with a bill twice what I was originally quoted for when I sent it away in the fall. So pretty much once they had me reeled in the door, and that there was data, once they had that all squared on away, then they decided to jack up the price, hold my data hostage, if you want to say, and end up charging me more because they knew that I would pay to get my data back. Is that what they what do you want to call it, decided to do? Which I thought was kind of ridiculous, being that they quoted me a price, but I guess they spend a lot of time working on your stuff. Maybe they had to run their program several times over and over again to get things to mesh together. That being said, I think they had to run their program over and over again, because in some spots I had 3 sets of data. In some spots I had mixed matched icons and weird Canon or Sony or forward buttons, play buttons, weird buttons and stuff, that like junk that I wouldn't normally have had on the computer, or at least I didn't think I had on that hard drive, that ended up being sent back or recovered that was on the hard drive. So it didn't really make much sense. So I think whatever program they used, every time they ran it, it left traces behind. Well, of course, made a trip up to the ice castle there about mid-month. I did film it. However, I did use a camera that was untested, which was a little bit of a stupid move on my part. I should have maybe used my Panasonic, and the footage would have turned out better. The Panasonic, I know, works in low light, and I know has image stabilization, where this new camera obviously doesn't have image stabilization and does not work in low light conditions. I am kind of disappointed in this camera, the new camera that I bought. That being said, I would like to go back to the ice castle in the daylight, and if I can afford to buy tickets, I would like to go again in the night and reshoot it. But tickets are expensive. It costs like $60 some to go every time or each time, so that adds up quite a bit really fast. Well, that being said, the wonderful camera that I bought was the GoPro Hero Session, and unboxing, it looked like a real promising camera out of the box. Semi-lightweight, sort of, and a compact size, definitely. There is no view screen, so if you're using it as a fixed shot, then, well, you're kind of got to aim and pray that you have what you needed in the appropriate viewfinder. And like I said, there's no image stabilization on the camera at all, so it tends to, well, be shaky for any handheld shots. I was kind of disappointed when I went to go review my footage, and I found what I found shot by the session. Got told me to film with the Panasonic. I had the Panasonic with me, but I thought I would take the session because it's small and compact and, well, weighs less than, obviously, the Panasonic does. Well, obviously, we're into flu season. A lot of people are hacking and coughing, and, you know, I am fighting it as well, so we most definitely know that, well, it is upon us. Trying to overcome it, trying not to end up in the hospital. Isn't it weird how our health system works on out? By the time you get a doctor's appointment, the flu, cold, chest infection, sinus infection, whatever you have, is 99% cleared up and gone. My next doctor's appointment is in another 2.5 weeks away. So by the time that comes around, chances are it'll be almost gone. And, well, time to move on, right? If you go down to emergency room and try to wait for a doctor to see ya, or, you know, a nurse or somebody to see ya, you end up waiting for 5, 6, 7, 8 hours for a 5-minute visit, and all the doctor's going to do is, you know, give you antibiotics or something, and meanwhile you're exposed to all that stuff that you find in the waiting rooms. Other people, you know, hanging around coughing and hacking. You know, you could end up with pneumonia or something while you're waiting to be seen by a doctor. Well, of course, cold weather, like minus 45 Celsius, you know, 1 week, and then, you know, +4, +6 the next week. It seems to come in extremes, back and forth, and that seems to be the sum up of this whole winter. We don't get cold stretches like we used to. When I was a kid, I remember having long drawn out cold snaps, and the last 10 years or so, the weather's proving that it seems to be up and down, back and forth, rebound weather or elastic weather, however you want to call it there. It's kind of weird. I don't know the direction of our weather, how it's going to go, how things are going to change. It seems to be going or changing some way that a lot of people can't understand or predict. You know, even the weather forecast people sometimes are stumped at doing their forecast. Sometimes they try to do their forecast and they say that it is a beautiful, you know, day out there, then all of a sudden, you know, you look outside and it's like this, snowing. They weren't forecasting snow for today. But as you see by what you see out of the camera, it's coming down pretty good. We have a temperature of -1 right now, so if it drops much further in the temperature scale, then things are going to start to freeze, and it's going to make for cold, you know, highway driving or highway conditions. Well, obviously trying to play catch up with everything that's gone on. Still trying to play catch up from the fall. Having all that data from the hard drive dumped on me took a lot of time, but I had to I had to sit down and get her done, because I couldn't just wait and see what I ended up or didn't end up with. I had to, you know, sit down and get her done now, get her done and sorted to see what I had or did not have. So of course that took a bit of time to get well, squared on away, and now we got that done. I guess we can go back to focusing on other things that well, we needed to get done before the fall, before everything changed the way it did. Well, still dealing with the economy being down, still looking, trying to find a job and all that. I know I'm not the only one looking. I know I'm not the only one trying to find a job. I do notice in the paper and on the job sites and stuff, there are companies that are hiring. However, they are being very, very selective and very, very fussy on who they hire to fill their position, because they know they can, and they will. They're looking for a specific type of person, whether it's somebody young that doesn't have the life experience or the work experience that they can pull the wool over the eyes, or somebody young that they can get to work for, you know, $9.75 an hour, that doesn't have commitments, doesn't have a family, and doesn't need, you know, $15.75 an hour. I know in life, I know people don't agree when you say it, but you reach a certain age in life, and the jobs out there for you are cut in half by far. You know, when I was younger, I could, you know, sling lumber, lift heavy loads, work long and hard and fast, and not be phased by the whole thing. Nowadays, when I work hard, fast, long hours, the next day, well, it feels like I ran a marathon or something. You definitely know that, well, something's gone on. And employers, well, obviously, they've had years of experience dealing with employees, and they know that when you reach a certain age, your productivity level drops or changes. So obviously, they're going to target the younger staff. Well, I know this is a hot button subject, and I know a lot of you will have comments to say or something to say on the subject, because, well, paying attention on what's going on the social medias and stuff. Well, obviously, the President of the United States has come into power, and he's made a lot of changes and reversed a lot of things that were done by the previous administration or over the last, you know, years. He's vowing to make huge changes from what what I understand. Some changes are good. I believe some changes will benefit the US in the long run, as well as Canada. Me, of course, obviously, I'm in the Great White North called Canada, and the changes don't hit us directly, as in, directly, but anything that happens in the States does affect us eventually, or, even a little bit. I know our system has changed a lot in the last few years. The last 20 years, I know the government has done things that maybe it shouldn't have, in terms of trying to make things better for people. Anytime you ever interfere with things, regardless of what it is, whether it's a good interference or a bad interference, there's always consequences. Sometimes you're best to stand back and let things play out the way they're supposed to be. The more you stick your fingers in and the more you try to change things, whether they're for the better or for the worse, things end up changing, sometimes opposite or more than what you originally intended them to change. I know way back, when you go look at history, and anytime governments or people or whatever gets involved in anybody else's dirty laundry or business or affairs, things end up getting messed up worse than what they were before there was any government intervention, assistance, or meddling. I believe that things have a way of sorting themselves out, and if things were to be left alone, regardless of the outcome, whether it was good or bad, then that's how things were supposed to go. They were supposed to turn out that way. However, when you get involved in things and start making them go the way you want them to go, then things end up going, far beyond what you think they should. And the government has a tendency of throwing money at things that they've already messed up, which then pretty much just puts a drain on the economy of the country that is contributing to the mess they caused. So I don't know how they're going to deal with some of these problems that seem to only be getting worse with time. The only logical part is to pull out and, let them sort it out themselves. However, the meddling has been done, the damage has been done, and these countries that have had our aid and support over the last 15, 20 years or longer, are they going to be able to fend for themselves? Because we've given them all, give it all to them already. It's kind of one of them things, right? Well, looking forward into February, obviously, warmer weather is probably only about a month and a half or so away. You get into March and things start to break. The weather starts to get warmer. Pretty soon you're into April, and you're into spring. So of course I got a few projects in the office that I want to do. Obviously I got some unboxing videos coming up. It seems to be the way it was, or way it works with Christmas and all. You end up with a little bit of a surplus of unboxing items to unbox. Once you get those items unboxed and squared away, then the next focus will probably be editing and uploading the basement project videos. So right around the first of the month or so, there will be a fire pit video go live. It's kind of an intro to the lost 2015 fire pit videos that are coming up. And every Wednesday at 9 o'clock in the morning, my time, there will be another fire pit video go live. I have enough fire pit videos to probably last about 8 months or so. And in the next 8 months, then we will decide the longevity of the fire pit channel, how it's going to work out, how it's going to pan out. Are we going to keep the fire pit channel going the way it is, or are we going to change directions with the channel? I know I have stuff. I know I have items to keep the fire pit channel going for probably another two to 3 years. However, you know, sometimes change is a good thing. When I was filming the fire pit videos, I found time constraints on shooting. You only could shoot on days where it was nice, as in not raining or sunny out. Then of course there's always interference with the neighbors, because they're wanting to have you know, barbecues or get-togethers, so they're got their grandkids in the yard or something. And if you're out there filming, and obviously you can tell by the video, there's times where the smoke gets a little bit thick and black, and I'm the kind of guy that I try to be considerate of my neighbors, and I don't like to film when it's going to cause interference like that. So that cuts the time for filming very, very, very small window. So if I were to change directions with the fire pit channel, then to the direction I'm thinking of, then I can film anytime. Whether it's 1 o'clock in the morning, whether it's pitch black, whether it's raining, whether it's snowing, any time of the year. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in you know, 40 videos or 8 months or so. See the direction the channel goes then, and around we go. Well, the Maxwell's World channel made a big name change to Maxwell's Life Entertainment. As you guys probably noticed, I have been and will continue to upload vlogs to that channel, as well as still keeping the Maxwell's World videos going live on that channel, as well as uploading every Wednesday fire pit videos to that channel as well, effectively making it a one-stop shop for everything that is under the Maxwell's Life Entertainment banner. So if people don't want to click around and visit 3 separate channels to watch videos, they can watch it all under one roof. Or if people only want to watch Maxwell's World videos, well, they will choose to watch what they want to watch, because, well, it's what they choose already. So it'll be interesting to see, like I said, what unfolds, what happens in the next month or so. You know, by the time you know, March rolls around, we'll see a weather change. By the time April rolls around, we should have some good signs of spring. I got some ideas for the summer, got some changes coming for the summer. It should be interesting, it'll be good, and around we go. But pretty much, guys, that concludes episode 20 of Maxwell's Mind. Join us back for 21, where we are further into February. Should be able to, well, a little bit more of an insight to what's going on. And around we roll. And as always, thanks for watching. Comment, subscribe, and enjoy.